Hello YouTube, this is Vdeogamer here, and this is a tutorial for how to record your Nintendo DS system. And it will only work with the Lite or original Nintendo DS. I'm not so sure what the Nintendo DSi has, but I don't have one, so I can't do it on that. Anyway, I should probably go over what you're going to need for this. First thing you probably need is a microphone boom stand. It has to have a boom arm, otherwise it does not work. You also need a tripod of some sort. But the only part of the tripod we really need, though, is the tripod head, which is the part where the camera attaches to. You'll also need a camcorder, and in this case I use the Sony DCR SR40. It's a really good camcorder, and I'm glad I have it. Then, of course, you'll need your Nintendo DS system. So, there's all the stuff you'll basically need, and at the end I'm going to show you how to edit the clip in Adobe Premiere Elements to make it seem more complete. So, let's get it started. So the first thing you'll need to do is set your tripod on the ground, and we're going to disassemble the tripod head. That's the part that holds the camera. Now, if you don't already have a tripod, you might need to go and buy one. Now, I wouldn't suggest spending a whole lot of money in this area unless you plan to use it a lot. For my instance, I just had this broken tripod that I decided that I wasn't going to use for anything else, so I'd use it for my video game reviews and use it to record my Nintendo DS system. If you're going to get a tripod and only use it for this purpose, I would suggest buying a cheaper one. Do not buy a mini tripod, though. It does not have the same format as a pivoting tripod. Make sure you get one that sort of looks like the photo above. The next thing you'll need is your boom stand. Now, I'm pretty sure my dad got his boom stand at AmericanMusicalSupply.com. And this is a great place to get boom stands and everything else. This one is item number MUS7701B. It cost about $30. And it's very good, and it works perfectly for these purposes. You're welcome to get some other ones if you're actually going to use them for other purposes, but try and find the cheapest one you can of these. This is the exact one that we used. I think there's a cheaper one for about 20 bucks, but you don't have to get that one if you don't want to. So just get a mic stand that looks kind of like the one above. What you're going to do here is attach the tripod head to the boom stand, wherever you can fit it, but it has to be on either side of the boom. In our case, it fits on the weighted side of the boom, and the boom is actually so that you can have the camera right over the DS screen and not have it in your way while you're trying to play it and record it at the same time. The next step will be attaching the camera to the boom. You'll do that by just simply attaching it to the tripod head that you attached earlier. Camcorders can range in price greatly. If you want, you can probably get one of the cheaper ones, but in this case I have about a $300 one. I don't know. But it's really good, and the quality's very good. You might want to try and get a good quality camcorder if you plan to be making videos for a long time. So now that you've finished setting up the boom stand with the camera, now you're going to get your Nintendo DS Lite or original, and you're going to set it on some sort of flat surface. Now, if you don't want it to move around while you're recording, I suggest probably putting it on a clipboard or something and attaching tape to it, so that way it doesn't jiggle around and you can still mess around with it. Touchscreen games are especially easier because they don't require you to move it around as much, but whenever you're trying to push the buttons and it's taped to a surface, it gets a little more complicated. I'm sure you can still work around it though. So once you've gotten everything situated, you need to decide if you're going to record one of the screens or two of the screens. I'm going to go over both ways to do so. If you're going to record two screens, you need to turn the camera sideways. whenever the camera's long ways, it fits both the screens, and you do this to maximize the resolution of it. You can record both screens while having all the resolution possible. Now, if you try and record it right side up, you will lose resolution. And in Adobe Premiere Elements, once you get it back in, you can actually flip it around, and you still keep all your resolution while having it right side up in the finished movie. If you're just recording one screen, just do it normal ways, right side up. Or if by accident you do it upside down just so the boom stand's not in your way or anything, that's fine too. Adobe Premiere Elements knows how to flip that as well. Here's just a few quick tips to increase your quality. Make sure all the lights are off before you start recording your Nintendo DS. If it's a Nintendo DS Lite, make sure it's on the highest light setting possible. Even if you have to plug in a charger, it will be worth it. This makes it so that the camera can only focus on the DS. Most digital cameras have exposure and focus settings set to auto. You need to go back in and set to manual whenever you have everything adjusted the way you want to. This means that if you move your hand across it or anything, or move the touch pen or anything, it will not blur out and lose everything. This is the editing portion of the how to record your Nintendo DS tutorial. I used Premiere Elements 4 because unfortunately I cannot use any other software because this is the only thing that seems to work with my computer. First thing up is the one screen recording. Obviously this is a picture of New Super Mario Brothers. Like I said before, you need to try and get it the height and width of the screen to get full resolution if at all possible. And once you've done that, it should just work. If you recorded it upside down, however, what you'll have to do is you'll have to right click and then you'll hit rotate 90 degrees left twice or rotate 90 degrees right twice. Do not click one then the other, because then it won't move anywhere. But that's how you get it right around again. These are vice versa movements, so they do basically the same thing, just opposite of each other. That's pretty much it for the one screen recording. Two screens a little bit more challenging. I think this is the opening of Platinum. Yeah. And see how it's upside... No, it's not upside down, it's sideways. And to change that, what we're going to do is just like for the one screen recording, we're going to right click and then click, in this instance, it would be rotate 90 degrees left. But if it was facing sideways the other direction, it would be rotate 90 degrees right, of course. You just have to experiment with these to understand what I'm talking about. Now, the screen of the top screen of the DS sort of goes off the edge a little bit. So what you gotta do is click on the screen where you see it at, and you should get a box around it. You need to kind of push that in so that way it sort of resizes. And once you can see both screens, you need to resize them so that way you can get the fullest quality out of your video. So just resize them till you take up about the height of the thing. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it was helpful and I hope you guys liked it. Rate, comment, post a video response, favorite, it doesn't matter. But one thing you probably should do is subscribe, because I'm going to come out with a sequel on how to record your Nintendo Wii console. Yeah, that's all the time I have, so I'm going to say goodbye.